Okay, so this is the
And it
question this week.
works.
Whose side are you on? Adriana's or Julia's? That's it. Whose side are you on? Either Adriana's or Julia's. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode number 16, The Art of Arguing. Yeah, I think that sums it up.
Yeah. And so next week is the season finale.
Yes.
I think we heard, though, that there are 3 parts to the reunion.
I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me. That seems to be their formula lately.
I know I don't feel like we normally get that many with Miami, but whatever. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have
see.
to wait and see.
Yeah.
So we start out, and it's Larsa's moving day, and Adriana is talking about Art Basel. It is the biggest international contemporary art fair in the world. Okay, I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
She would know. She would know.
So 90,000 people come in for 1 week, like to Miami for
Right.
this Art Basel.
I have to ask my niece if she knows anything about it.
Adriana's been working in the art world for 20 years. She even worked with, I forgot this, with Martina and gave her a solo show. So
Yeah.
now she's working with this new emerging artist. He's from Britain. His name is Chris Rivers. So she's bringing him to Miami to show his art at this exhibit. I didn't realize like that whole end of this show is her whole, she's planned this whole thing. Like it was her money that went into this, that planned that exhibit. Like that was a big deal. Like she's no joke. Adriana's no joke.
No, she's definitely no joke. I mean, it's just amazing how she behaved at this event after putting all her money into it. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yep. Kiki's getting her hair and makeup done for a photo shoot, and her dad is there. Kiki says she wants his face to be like, wow. I think his face is like, wow. And honestly, I'm sick of this.
I think he's a very stoic man, but you can see that he's very proud of her.
Yes, yes. But every episode, do we have to see him being proud of her?
Yeah, like this is what she's got. This is what she's running with.
I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. I really am.
And I think he's proud of her. So I think if that's really what she's looking for and it's not just a storyline, you got it, Kiki. You got it. He's proud of you. We can see it.
Right. No, I get that. But again, do we have to see him almost every episode, like watching her do her thing and like being proud of her? Like it is. I'm glad that he's proud of her. I'm glad that she's able to, do this with him. And he's, but all right, I've got that message.
Well, I also want to know, is modeling equivalent to prostitution in Haiti? Can somebody please answer this for us? Because that sounds pretty wild.
I don't think it actually is. I just think their perception, because she did make the other comment, which she's always made, is that like people in Haiti think that if you're a model, you're walking around naked. So I think it has to do more with the
religion or
like with the nudity, and they're not walking around naked. Like that's not what modeling is. I just think it's
Especially now, I think that there are more rules and regulations that are followed.
Yes,
as opposed to like the 70s and probably the 80s. Prior to that.
I mean, it was a great photo shoot. We got to see the private plane. She was in the hangar. She looked gorgeous as she always did. He was there. Yeah. Okay. But we've already seen this like 4 or 5 times.
I do like seeing her photo shoots, though. I do like seeing that.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like we can't, we get it. And your father is proud of you. I think he's made that clear.
So then we go back to Larsa's new home, and this guy named Wisby was there. He's a conceptual artist, and he dropped off this giant green, which I thought looked like a gummy bear. And then I read the sign it was holding. It was holding a sign that said Department of Corrections, New York, New York, with the date June 7/07, and then Bear Gummy, like the location. I don't know what this is. I mean, it is a giant green gummy bear. holding a sign. Okay.
It's art.
It's art.
It's
all
art.
right. The only thing that's done in her new house, though, is her kitchen. The living room is under construction. The bedroom's the backyards. Everything's under construction. But she's going to spend her first night there.
And she invites Stephanie and Alexia over. Like, it was like a pajama thing, but they weren't sleeping over, right?
I would hope not. I mean, how could they? The bedroom wasn't done.
Right.
Like, were they sleeping in the kitchen? The only done room? I would think not. I don't know. I don't know. And there's no furniture. And the house, we find out the house cost $5.7 million. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous when it's done, but it's still not done because she was on Watch What Happens Live and it's still not done.
Really?
Yeah, she.
I didn't get a chance to watch that.
Yeah, her plan was, well, she thought that like Andy asked her this, like, did you think like if you moved in that would like motivate the builder to like move it along quicker? And she's like, well, yeah, but it's still not done. I'm like, oh, well, it didn't work. Did not work.
I wonder how she got like a CO to stay there.
I guess we didn't. Yeah. Oh, you can't get a CO. You cannot get a CO. You can't.
Right.
You can't. And she's like, I'm just miserable there. Like, it's just craziness. Not that she was miserable, but she's like, I'm like living in craziness. I'm like, well, you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
But Larsa's talking about her kids, with Alexia and Stephanie, that, her kids are mostly in LA. So this is really her house. I mean, they may come visit, but, they're not going to be staying. Like, this isn't going to be their home.
I like how they like show the pictures of her daughter. Her daughter really is beautiful. And you know what I was thinking? Her kids do seem solid. Like, you never hear about them in the media. They seem focused. Like, I think she said 2 of her boys are going to try to get into the are one of her boys already in the NBA and the other one's going to try to get in. What does she have? 4 kids? The other one's modeling.
Yeah.
Where's he one? Yeah. And then her daughter's beautiful. Listen, I give credit where credit's due. She's a good mom. Scotty's a good dad. They raise good kids.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. Larsa says to Alexia, like, what's going on with, you and Todd? And she's like, well, they're still dating. They're having fun. And Larsa said, well, he's going to bamboozle you.
Because that deadline date's coming up.
Yep, that's what she said. And I think it passed at this point, right?
Not when they were filming this. She gave a date. It was approaching.
Right.
Because I think it's like Christmas time. And then I think the date she gave was like January something.
Yeah. So Alexia admits that she has given him a lot of power. Like, she's left, she loves him. She's made it very clear.
She's leading with her heart and not her head, which
typically
women do.
Well, I don't think, I guess some women do.
When he's like, not me.
Not me. Then again, I was a man in another life, so there's that.
That's right, you were. Oh, cousin Gina texted me. She said, you have to call me about the third eye.
Okay.
Must be a family thing.
I guess so. Then we see Julie's at her house with the boys, and they're packing up gifts to send to the girls, her daughters, Victoria and Emma, because they're not going to be there for Christmas. But we find out that during Thanksgiving, she had a very long conversation with Emma, and that sort of changed things for her. So hopefully they will both come in January for Russian Christmas.
Did you catch the comment that she made that they finally realized there's enough for everyone? Did you catch that?
I didn't catch that. I did not catch that. But what I did think was odd was when she was explaining this to Martina, she said, like the girls now, like they get it, but they wish that we would have adopted when they were still around so they could have been a part of this family. And Martina's like, yeah, no, they would have found another reason to complain. Like, it's just because they're not getting their way.
Yeah, she doesn't think that that's true, but I think that that's a reasonable thing to feel.
I do too. But
I thought Martina's reaction to that was odd.
Yeah, she thinks that the girls are trying to control the situation.
Right.
And I don't know if that's because I don't think Martina has any biological children of her own or has any children of her own, right?
I don't think she does either.
So I don't know that she has that nurturing motherly nature to kind of understand it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, she lived with them and she helped raise them. I'm sure. I don't know exactly how old they were, but they've been together a long time, Martina and Julia. So her girls must have been young, but they flash back to that scene where her daughter's like, "You don't even know what school I go to."
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it does seem like her daughter spent a lot of time in Europe.
In boarding schools, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah, it's a tricky situation, but I thought that that was a reasonable explanation for them feeling the way they feel. Not cutting your mother off, because I feel like that's a little drastic,
Right.
but making the statement, "We wish you would have adopted them when we lived there," because obviously that's how you're gonna bond with them, by being there.
Right. And I don't
It's
even think
reasonable.
and because Martina said, well, we didn't really even share with them what the process was. And I think that that's also part of the problem. Like, you didn't share anything with them until they were there.
She made it seem like, they didn't do that because of how they felt initially, I guess, to them announcing that they were doing this, but, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
I
I
don't
caught that. Julia said something like, listen, if a listener out there can back me up on this, because again, it was so late when I watched these shows, I wasn't rewinding. But I thought I heard Julia say, they finally realized there's enough for everyone. And I thought, is it like an inheritance thing?
Well, honestly, I didn't catch that, but that would make sense. When you say that to me, I don't know if she means enough money or love,
Exactly. I don't. So
right?
if a listener out there caught that, please let me know, because maybe I made it up.
Because it could be love. It could be like if there's enough love to go around, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, honestly, I think every scene with Martina, that's another one. I don't need to see Martina every other episode. I don't need to see her, whether it be on FaceTime or in person. I really don't need to see her. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but
Martina's enjoying this little housewife stint.
I don't think she ever comes off as good, though. I don't ever think, she leaves the screen. I'm like, oh God, thank God she was there to contribute. I'm always like, I think she made it more awkward and weird,
She does make it awkward.
right? Like every
Yes.
scene she's in is awkward.
Very awkward.
Producers,
Especially that
please.
scene where Stephanie and Masood, where she's like, I want to go. Can I go? I want to go on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, Martina, chill.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Take it down a notch.
The next thing we see is Jody surprised Lisa with a romantic dinner. They go outside to eat, and the kids are inside eating, which I thought that was good. Like,
Yeah.
doing it at the house. Lisa says when she's outside, she feels like something special is going to happen. And Jody said, are you hinting about the engagement again? And she's like, well, she just doesn't like the word girlfriend. She feels like she's too old to be a girlfriend. Okay.
No,
I
you're
will
going to
say,
push him away, so you better stop it.
I actually love the way Jody handled this whole situation.
Me too. How honest is he?
Yeah. And Jody said, listen, do you think somebody else would have spent the last 2.5 years dealing with what I just did? Like, he just wants to feel comfortable that, like, there's not going to be all this chaos moving forward. And then he went on to tell her what it is she needs to do to get the ring, because that's what she wants. And that's what Lisa needs. Lisa needs someone to tell her what she needs to do to get what it is she wants, because she cannot read clues. So he said, what you need to do for me is you need to do something on your own to make yourself better so that you are not who you are right now. So you can go back to the Lisa that I met, right? That wasn't so angry. Go to therapy, read a book, like make you a better you and do
Yeah,
it on
because
your own.
basically he said if something happened with Lenny or Larsa, she would take it out on him. I mean, we're
Right.
all guilty of that, but this
Right.
guy, I mean, he's a real partner. He's involved in your kids' lives. He's obviously contributing financially. Like, he's a true partner.
He really is. He really is.
So do what you got to do.
Exactly. I think now that she knows what she has to do, I think she's going to do it. I mean, even so much as the ladies like pointing out to her and like that she's late all the time. I told you she hired a coach like to help her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's great.
if you tell Lisa what she needs to do, I feel like Lisa wants to do the right thing. Lisa
Right.
wants to be a good friend. Lisa wants to be a good partner, but sometimes she just gets lost and she can't get out of her own way. So if she has someone like Jody that's going to direct her to what she needs to do, I think she'll be able to do it. So then we see it's day one of Art Basel, and Adriana's walking through the gallery. We find out that they have 2,500 RSVPs for this one event, which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she looked gorgeous. She looked
Let me tell
gorgeous.
you. And I'm sure she did it on purpose, and God bless her for it, but she looked very youthful, and she pulled it off.
She didn't look even like she was trying.
Exactly. She pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean, Larsa said to her, she looks like she's 30 years old, and I
She
have to
does.
agree. That dress was stunning. Her hair and makeup,
Yes.
she's just gorgeous.
And Larsa pulls off a catsuit so well. Like, she should just always wear a catsuit.
Okay.
She really does. And I'm not a big Larsa fan. I feel like I've been giving her I feel like I've been gassing her up a lot this episode,
Yeah.
saying she's a great mom and now the catsuit, but honestly, she really does look great in a catsuit.
And then Stephanie shows up and she looks great. Then we see Alexia and Marisol are driving to the event together. And Alexia's telling Marisol, because Marisol asked her what she did for Thanksgiving. And she said, well, she didn't spend it with Todd, but she did spend the night before and she did spend the day after with Todd. And Marisol says, well, like, I don't know what's going on with you. Like, if you don't mention him, I think that things are bad. So I don't want to bring it up. And Alexia's like, well, you're just being negative. Like, that's just negative. No, that's just because you're a psycho. That's just because you're a psycho.
Is everyone else bored of hearing Marisol and Alexia talk about Todd?
Really? I think so.
I'm very bored of it.
Yeah, I agree. Larsa asks Nautical Stephanie, and I like that she even called her that, about Adriana's birthday cake. Like, she's really questioning, like, whose intention was this? Who put this mathematical equation on the cake? Like, do you know who put it there?
Yeah, they broke down the suspect.
Yep. So Stephanie didn't know, trying to figure it out. Then Alexia shows up and she's telling the ladies how she went over to Lisa's apartment after Thanksgiving because she ran into her at Thanksgiving. And there were 2 Christmas trees there. And Jody said, yeah, Lisa hired someone to do this and it cost me $1,000. And Julia's like, oh, I got mine for $79.99 at Home Depot and I did it myself. Well, okay.
I don't
So
know
you
why
did it
they're making a
yourself.
big deal about this. I know people who pay people to put their Christmas trees up.
Yes.
We know people who do it for a living who put other people's Christmas trees
Yes. Like,
up.
what is the big
This is
deal?
a very common thing.
Like, why is this something that you're sticking your nose in, Alexia? Seriously.
Right.
Like, what does it matter to you?
I mean, listen, I obviously don't pay somebody. We put our own tree up and we decorate it together as a family every year. I would think with her kids being the ages they are, she would do that with them, but maybe that's why she has 2 trees. Maybe she has one professionally decorated and then one she does with her kids.
Either way, it's
It doesn't
something that
matter.
right. Like, I feel like, why is Alexia shaming her for that? Like,
Right.
seriously? It's so petty.
That's jealousy and insecurity.
It's just so petty, right?
Yes. Yes.
Then Stephanie goes over to Alexia to try to find out if she knows who did the birthday cake thing because she's on the case now that Larsa made her aware of it. And then Marisol walks over and Marisol says, I already know who did it. And Alexia, she knows too. And they're standing there, but they don't tell us just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to Kiki and Gertie are riding together on the way there. And, Kiki says, have you heard from any of the ladies since the cruise? And Gertie said, well, she got a text from Adriana. She wanted to know who put those numbers on the cake. And Gertie's like, I don't know. And Kiki's like, well, I did it. And Gertie's like,
Very
ooh.
matter-of-factly.
Yeah.
0 Fs to give.
Right. So then Kiki explains her logic, which I'm sorry. God bless you.
Thank you.
She explains her logic, and her logic is what happened was when they were on the boat, they were talking and they asked her like what age she would like to go back to. And she said, I thought she said 32, but they cut to it and she actually said 45. So then they show Kiki in front of Marisol and Alexia explaining to them what she's going to do with the cake. And it's going to be more like a math thing. And Marisol and Alexia could have shut it down right then and there.
Yes, they could have.
But they're like, okay, it's your idea. You're going to have to explain it. We're just going to be drinking in the corner. Okay. You guys know that this was going to set Adriana off. Let's just say Kiki didn't quite get it. Because I really don't think Kiki meant to set her off. I really don't.
I mean, after that dinner and Alexia I think Kiki should have known better than to reference any numbers at Adriana's birthday.
Okay. I don't think she meant to set her off. I really don't. But I know damn well that Alexia and Marisol knew that it would set her off.
Yeah.
And they could have shut it down.
They should have shut it down.
But they chose not to. So then we get back to the event, and Adriana is introducing some of the ladies to Chris Rivers and showing some of his work. And she thanks him for making it here from England. It's his first solo show in the U.S. And then I thought it was funny when she brings Lisa over to show her his art, and Chris and Lisa goes to touch it, and Adriana's like, you can't touch the art. Lisa goes, all right, I'll take it. She loves art. $18,000.
Yeah. She's like, I'll buy it.
I'll buy it. And she did. I'm sure she did buy it.
I hope we find out that she really did buy it.
I'm sure she did, because I do recall she had a lot of art. Like, she had a lot of art in her place with Lenny.
They flashed to it in this episode, you know.
And she took it with her. Like, I believe that she really does appreciate art. So good for her for giving it to this new artist.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Then Marisol asked Stephanie, like, what she did for Thanksgiving. And because she hasn't had Instagram, she lost her phone. I thought that was very strange. Okay, so
I think that's a lie.
Well, yeah, but wait, what? I mean, you can't just ask her what she did for Thanksgiving. You have to say it's because I couldn't follow you on Instagram.
Exactly.
I mean, come on. I mean, even I have my phone and I have Instagram. If I'm talking to you, I'm going to ask you what you did. I'm not going to look you up on Instagram.
It probably means that she did see what she did on Thanksgiving on Instagram and didn't like it or comment. So this is her covering her ass. Oh, I lost my phone. I don't have access to Instagram, because it's kind of a random thing to say.
It was very random. Stephanie's like, oh, I was in Canada. How about you? And she's like, well, I went to the yacht club with Steve and Hunter, but it's not the same, now that my family, like, I'm used to spending it with my family. And Stephanie's like, yeah, I totally understand. Like, I don't talk to my sisters either. So, I wanted to actually have a talk with you about, you and I. Like, when I joined this friend group, I, thought that, we could be friends, but then we've been fighting. And Marisol's like, wait, I thought we solved that on the cruise when we sat down, before the 80s uh, workout thing. And she's like, well, that was before I talked to Alexia in the mudroom. And she said that you were upset because I went to lunch with Adriana. I mean, what do you think about that? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think that, she says Alexia told her that Marisol was upset that Adriana went on the plane first and that Stephanie went to lunch with Adriana. I feel like Alexia and Marisol are blaming each other. Like, they're throwing each other under the bus.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Like, one's saying the other one's more upset than them.
Right. Yeah. And then Marisol's like, well, I don't like that you talk about money so much. Like, and you had to talk about how much the plane cost. And then they flashed you. It was Larsa that said how much the plane cost.
It was. But I mean, listen, we said it in the beginning of the season. Like, she was flexing a lot, Stephanie.
She never mentioned money.
Numbers.
She never mentioned prices of anything.
She didn't.
She did name drop a lot of items, but she never mentioned money, right? So Marisol says, talking about money is distasteful and it's classless. I'm going to say it. It's tacky, and I don't want to be around tacky. Stephanie said, well, Alexia is making it seem like you were the one that has the problem and that she's the mouth, which is what Alexia said.
100%.
That's what she said.
Yes.
In Marisol's confessional, she's like, the problem that Stephanie has with Alexia is because she had to run her mouth about Todd. And that's where her problem ran into. And she's not going to drag me into this. That is the problem that she has with Alexia. But she got past that. Now the problem she's having is that you two keep like pointing at each other as to who's mad at Stephanie. Like, you are involved in it. Even if you don't want to be involved in it, you actually are.
Right. Well, neither one of them went on the plane. They both made the decision.
Right.
Alexia's twisting it and saying that she woke up that morning like, okay, let's go on the plane. And Marisol was like, you can't go on the plane.
Right.
But neither one of them went on the plane.
Exactly. And then Stephanie says, listen, I was hurt. I was deep down hurt when you didn't go on the plane. And Marisol, listen, I'm sorry. I actually knew that you were going to be hurt. And like, that's not what I want. Like, can we just move on? She gets up, they hug, and they're like, okay. Stephanie's like, just going forward, just be more straightforward with me, Marisol. Like, if you have a problem,
be more honest.
Just tell me, don't go through Alexia. Just say it straight to me.
Yeah. And Marisol says, like, Stephanie's the type of person to say something, get it off her chest, and move on. And she does seem like she's that kind of person.
Yeah. And I hope that that's the case. I do.
I hope so, too.
Then we meet Carol, who is Adriana's best friend, and she's also a stylist or her stylist, and she's known her for many, many years. And we just meet her for a brief moment. We don't know why we're going to meet her until a little later on when we get back to her.
Sure do.
And then we see Alexia invites the ladies over to the beauty bar for a happy hour this week because she said it was Frankie's idea. And Marisol said, are you only inviting your best customers? And Kiki keeps saying, is it free? Is it for free? Like, what was that about?
What's that about?
I don't know. I really don't know. And like, we never got an answer. We didn't
No,
get an
we
answer.
didn't get an answer.
I just thought that was very strange.
Maybe she's making a point, like,
Are you inviting us to your place to spend money?
exactly.
Listen, it is a valid point, but really, do you need to put it out there like that?
Not over and over again.
Right.
Like, just like text her later.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, just so
Yeah.
I know what I'm getting myself into.
Right. So then we see Larsa and Lisa are hugging each other and getting along, and Julia goes
Larsa
over
was
and
pretty lit.
yeah, she was. She
Yeah.
was. Julie goes over and says she's so happy to see that those two are getting along, and it like makes her miss her and Adriana because they used to be really close like that. And then we see Lisa, Larsa, Julia, and Adriana are all sitting down on the couch, and Lisa's explaining that to Adriana what Julie had said, that she really misses being close with her. Then the math question comes out again. Larsa says, well, who put the math equation on the cake? I just need to know that. And then we find out that Lisa knows, and she tells Larsa, and Larsa announces that it was Kiki. Adriana's pissed. She's like, that was shady. That was shady. But then Julia jumps in and is like, well, I don't think Kiki did it in a mean way. And Larsa and Lisa are both telling Julia to stop talking. Like, just stop talking.
Yeah.
And she's not.
Right. She's not a mean person, Kiki, no, but
Right.
she had to know that this was going to bother Adriana, and she did it anyway. So
Right. But even if, like, let's just say, even if you really believe, because I said that to you, I don't really think she knew how it was going to affect her. But I'm not supposed to be best friends with Adriana, who's obviously upset about it. So even if you really do feel this way, Julia, just keep your mouth shut.
Right. Stop.
Like Lisa and Larsa are saying, stop talking. Stop talking. And she can't, because then she keeps on going. She's like, well, do you remember when you were tipsy and you were talking about Marisol's knees? And she's like, no, it's different. I'm older than Marisol. We go way back. Like, it's different. And again, why are you still talking about it? Like, why are you still?
Right.
And that's when Adriana's like, this is what.
And not only that, I don't agree with what Adriana was saying to Marisol, because it was low. She did apologize, though. She did apologize.
And Adriana's like, well, this is why I don't trust you. Like, this is why I don't trust you anymore, because you're always defending. Like, now you're defending Marisol. You're defending Kiki. Julie says, well, you're so difficult to be around anymore. You're no fun. You're so negative.
The conversation took a hard left.
It really did. And over on the side,
now it gets real bad.
Alexia and Gertie are talking to Kiki and telling her that she needs to explain to Adriana, like, why she did what she did with the cake and, like, what her intentions were. But before she has a chance to do that, Adriana goes up to her friend Carol and asks her if she's a racist. Carol says,
weird.
No, you're not a racist. And Adriana says, well, they said I'm a racist because I used the word wretched. Carol said, well, that's a word for every race. Like, that's not a racist word. But I have not once heard anyone call Adriana a racist.
No.
Because of that.
I mean, did this happen off camera and we just didn't see it?
I mean, I don't know, because it doesn't make any sense that this came out like this. Like, we never heard her say that.
And why
Nobody
is
said
Adriana
that.
doing this at an art exhibit that she set up?
I don't know. And then Adriana turns around and Kiki's standing there and she said, so, Kiki, you're calling me a racist because I used the word wretched. So Carol has some words for you. And Kiki's like, who said? I never called you a racist. I never called you a racist. And then Kiki turns around and she walks out. And she, like, walks over to the other side of this truck and she's like, you got to get me out of here.
An Amazon truck. She asked an Amazon truck driver to take her home.
I wasn't sure. This is what I was thinking. Like, because it was like an Amazon truck, but I was like, there's got to be a producer on the other side of that truck that she's talking to. But I was like, this is so weird. Like, so weird.
It does look like she asks an Amazon driver to drive her home, though.
Right. And then Kiki's like, I never called her a racist. I don't think anyone in this group is a racist. I don't think anyone ever said those words. But meanwhile, Adriana's like, I don't want to get canceled. And listen, I understand that could happen if someone called you a racist in the culture that
Adriana,
we live in today.
You're a friend of on Real Housewives of Miami.
Right.
You're not even big enough to get canceled.
Right. But now she's like, I don't even care about the cake. But now she's saying, I don't care about the cake.
Yeah, because now she's making this up that Kiki called her a racist. I mean, I can't see Kiki doing that. But you know what? I couldn't see Kiki doing the cake either.
Right. And nobody did see Kiki doing the cake because when you're trying to figure it out, they're like, oh, Kiki wouldn't do that. Right.
Right. So I wonder if something happened off camera that we're going to find out about at the reunion, which, listen, Alexia and Marisol keep saying over and over again, there's a big bombshell at the reunion. They drop a bomb at the reunion.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
don't
something
know.
happened off camera. But
So
next week doesn't look very good for Adriana either.
Yeah. So then Julia goes out to try and find Kiki. She can't find her. She comes back and announces that, that she's gone. And Adriana's like, well, why are you going after her? You're supposed to be my best friend.
Yeah.
And she still doesn't get it.
No, she doesn't.
Listen, this is what I want to know. Like, what do you think? I think Adriana has a right to feel the way she does about Julia, that Julia doesn't have her back. I think I think that's valid, but I don't know about this other thing. But like you said, maybe it's something that happened off camera.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of because I felt like that came out of left field. I'm like, what is she even talking? Did she just say Kiki called her a racist? Like, it doesn't make sense unless it makes sense next week or at the reunion.
Right. Which the way this has been going lately, that's probably what's going to happen. They're going to show us something that we didn't see.
Right. Right. Which, like you have said, it's not right.
No,
it's not right.
It's not chronological. I want my show in chronological order.
Right. If something happens, show it.
Right. When it happens, not after we have a blow up that we don't understand.
Right. Because you're just, but of course that's what they do now because of podcasts and bloggers and social media. And it's just to get everybody hyped up.
Okay. So this is the question this week. Whose side are you on? Adriana's or Julia's? That's it. Whose side are you on? Either Adriana's or Julia's. Let us know in the comments. Like, who do you think is right in this situation?
Yeah.
And then next week is the season finale, and we know it's going to be Stephanie's Christmas party, and we know we are going to see Alexia's beauty bar. So I'm sure that's going to be the whole.
Definitely looking.
Yeah, yes, and I hope Anastasia is there too at the Christmas party. But if she's not, at least all of her products will be there. So on Watch What Happens Live was Larsa and Gretchen. Listen, I don't like to talk about the way people look, and I'm not talking about anyone's like physical appearance, but I will just say this. On Watch What Happens Live, Gretchen's dress, gloves, and hair screams 1985. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, I'm going to look it up because I totally believe you because at the virtual reality awards, I thought her dress looked like a figure skater's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know who her stylist is, but she needs a new one.
Yes. She definitely needs a new stylist.
Yeah. Like that was like a figure skater outfit.
Yeah. This Watch What Happens Live was horrible. It was horrible, the outfit.
Bueno.
And the rest of Watch What Happens Live was really nothing. It was nothing to talk about. I mean, Andy asked Larsa, does she agree that, does she think that Stephanie talks about money too much? And Larsa's like, no, I don't think she talks about money too much. And I really don't think she does. I don't.
I think she came into this season. Listen, I think she was finding her way. It was annoying in the beginning. I'll be the first to admit it, but she's not doing it anymore. She acknowledged it on Heather McDonald. I think once she comes back next season, we'll probably see a different Stephanie. And I'm here for it because I like her. I like her.
I do too. I'm okay with Stephanie coming back. I would like to see another season of Stephanie.
Yeah.
In the beginning of her Christmas party, she announces that last year for Christmas, she asked for friends. And then we see she's got friends now, which is nice. Yeah. It's nice, right? So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I'm glad that we're coming to the end of Miami. It's funny because I was waiting. I couldn't wait for it to come on. And now I feel like we've been watching it forever.
This does feel like a long season. Quite honestly.
It's 16 episodes. It's episode number 16.
It feels like a long season. But I'm curious to see this now with these accusations by Adriana, if there's any merit to it. I mean, I would imagine there'd have to be if she's putting it out there on TV. But, Adriana's a little cuckoo sometimes. So we'll see.
Yeah. And the looks did come out this week for the reunion.
Yeah, I heard, I think Alexia and Marisol said it at the awards that it was like neon under the sea themed.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I think I liked Lisa's dress and Kiki. Lisa and Kiki, in my opinion, looked the best.
I thought Marisol's dress was the best, actually. I liked Marisol's. It was blue. I don't remember what Stephanie had on, but I'm gonna have to look at. We'll talk about that next week. We'll talk about their.
Stephanie's was not.
It
Stephanie's
wasn't
was not
good.
good.
Oh, and
Stephanie's was like Dancing with the Stars.
yeah. So I'll bring those up next week behind me, and we'll discuss those next week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please leave us 5-star reviews and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.